archaeological sites and remains, as my PhD topics is directly related to it. I've been working on the archaeological excavation in the northeastern region of India since 2016. So first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to district administrator, especially the district commissioner, for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of you all the respected dignitaries present here. I offer my sincere gratitude to all. So, as we all know, the previous speakers has already spoken about the formation of the district, the tribes and communities residing in the district, and some highlights were being highlighted by respected Honorable PSN Sri Devananda Bhuji. He has given his speech on the district, how the district is progressing in the independence period. So I would like to give a glimpse about our past, mainly prehistory and historical period. So I will be talking based on the heritage from where we can draw our history, the history of the district. The topic is tangible heritage. Tangible heritage, according to UNESCO recommendation, is those monument or any artifact which can be movable. So based on this, I would like to shed some lights that are present in our district. So if we look back into the history, if we look back into the history of Dima Hasao, there are cultural remains scattered all across the district, and this cultural heritage are from different cultural periods. So what is cultural heritage? So cultural heritage is the assets of the past, which cultural heritage means, and then this has been defined by the UNESCO recommendation 1978. And then cultural heritage comprises of tangible, then intangible. Tangible are those which are movable, like monuments, architectural remains, building, other structural remains, then handicrafts and all are tangible heritage. While on the other hand, the intangible heritage are those that we can feel, but we can't touch. For example, the traditional songs, we can feel it, but we can touch it. So those are some of the intangible heritage. So cultural heritage are governed by the law, and these are looked by the central as well as state act after India became federal republic, and in line with the central act, the state government has also, the Assam state government has also enacted the Assam Ancient Monuments and Records Act 1959. And this was amended in 2020 with the name the Assam Heritage Tangible Protection, Preservation, Conservation and Maintenance Act 2022. So in this very act, Section 23 deals with the heritage that are located in the 6th scheduled district. And according to it, it says the heritage located in the 6th scheduled areas shall be looked after by the concerned district council for its protection, preservation, maintenance, conservation, restoration, etc. under the supervision of the Director of Archaeology, then Director of Museum, or the Director of Historical and Antiquarian Studies. Although any activities that are to be constructed within the radius of 100 meter within the protected area or any archaeological sites or remains, prior permission has to be granted, and approval have to be any person or authority without obtaining approval from the government through the district council. So tangible heritage There are like around 6 categories of tangible heritage in our district. The first one is archaeological sites. Then the other is archaeological heritage, architectural heritage. The other is archival materials. Then artifacts. Then folk instrument. And then handicraft. So tangible heritage, Dima Hasao, our district is very rich in historical remains or archaeological remains, although only few attempts have been made to document it and preserve it. Although the study of this heritage in our district, tangible heritage, can be dated back to 1938 when J.H. Hutton and J.P. Mills explored the area and documented 6 archaeological sites, which are stone jars, the monolithic jars. So these are the first reported tangible heritage from our district. It began in 1938, although there has been a gap. It remained untouched, and only in this 21st century, university from Nehu, and then Nagaland University, then Assam University, they came and documented it. And then recently Guwahati University has reported 3 more new sites. And since I am now engaged in district archaeology, we also have documented 1 new site in Dimram village in Dihangi constituency. So stone jars are very important because the similar type of jars can be found in Laos, then Cambodia, and in the northeastern region of India. Only we find stone jars in Dima Hasao district and the neighboring district of East Jaintia Hills in Meghalaya Saipung Reserve. Only in these 2 places these stone jars can be found. However, these have direct affinities with those from Cambodia and Laos. So, systematic research has not been conducted on the stone jars, so it remains. It is not possible with the present stage of knowledge to know what exactly those stone jars were being made. So, however, based on the studies from there, it was being hypothesized that it were being used as repository of the dead. After the death, the body, after a formal cremation, bones, ashes were being deterred into that very jar, and then with some grave goods. In sometimes around 19th century, when the British officials J.P. Mills and Hutton, while they were exploring the area, they also found bead necklaces, fragments of bone inside those jars in the Dima Hasao district also. So we can draw a lineage, and if studied in a proper way, then it will shed more lights on the migration of ancient people into this very part of the country in our district. And then in the tangible heritage, and then previous studies, then in So tangible heritage in our district can be divided into 3 parts, 3 categories. First comes the prehistory, prehistoric remains, then come the monuments of the Dimasa, then the colonial monuments. So prehistory means a period before the writing. Before writing is known as prehistory, and after it was being scripted, then it came to be known as history. So if we look into the history of our district, then we can say it began to be written since 16th century. After the Dimasa shifted their capital from Dimapur to Maibang, sometimes around 1540 CE. So since then, the history of the district began to be written. However, before this history, evidence of human settlement in this very district has been found, as I have told, that stone jars and all. But besides stone jars, I hope everyone has heard about Daujali Hading. Daujali Hading is a very popular Neolithic site in our district, and it is a site where the first systematic excavation in the independence period was conducted in the northeastern region. So Dauzali Hading is a Neolithic site where early humans stayed. And while excavating that very site in 1961-62 by the Department of Anthropology, Guwahati University, they came across stone tools, which in local dialect we call as sarapthai, or sarapthai means thunderbolt. After during rainy season, after thundering, it pops up. That is the belief. So those type of tools, stone tools, were found at that very site in Dauzali Hading, and then beside that stone tools, pottery were also found from that very site. So pottery, the finding of pottery in Dauzali Hading is very significant because it has direct affinities with those found from China and other Southeast Asian countries. So from there we can draw that yes, people have moved or used this very tract in early days. And Indian Institute of Technology Guwahati, they had studied that very pottery and dated it through thermoluminescence dating technique to 1700 BCE, which is 3000 years old from now. Then we can say that the presence of human in this district can be traced back to 3000 years back. Although the written history of this district is only like 600 years, but presence of human can be found since 3000 years BC. And apart from the prehistoric remains, we find petroglyphs. Petroglyphs are those monument or those stone where inscribed with sharp object. We have evidence of such petroglyphs from Dimram or from Baji Halu, Nutundisau village. Then there is a cave near in Hojai. Then we have menhirs in Shampur, and menhirs are a stone erect, a flat stone slab erect in an upright position. And menhirs can be of various characteristics, and for various purposes these were being erected. It can be erected for memorial, then sometimes for achievement, and beside, if someone, even for marking the territory boundary of the village, these menhirs are erected. Then in the medieval period, the historical period, we have monuments from the Dimasa capital, from the Dimasa kingdom, and it comprises of inscription. There are two inscriptions on a flat stone slab in Maibang, which says about the installation of the capital gate at Maibang in 1498 Saka. Then again we have a monolithic hut, which is popularly known as a Ranachandi Madaiko. Even in that very stone megalithic monument or stone house, an inscription is there. It speaks about the construction of that very temple, and later was dedicated to goddess Ranachandi. And goddess Ranachandi is a tutelary deity of the Dimasas. The inscription, the script used in that very stone house is a Proto-Assamese, or we can say Proto-Assamese Bengali script. Then we have heritage. If we speak about heritage, then the Dimasas at Maibang, they also sculpted statue. Although the quality or although the outlook of that statue is not up to date mark, but from there we can say that it was Dwarapala, which can be translated into gatekeeper. Then we have architectural fragments which are being unearthed from Maibang during constructional activities. Then we have got brick, terracotta tiles, where there are where it has been inscribed with various characteristics of daily life. Then we have got sword, traditional sword. Then other handicrafts. Handicraft we have got. Then handicraft, as we say, it doesn't only belong to Dimasas, but there, almost every community is residing in this very district have their unique collection of handicrafts. These handicrafts can be termed as heritage because it is a tradition that has been brought from the past, and as per law, everything that has been in existence for more than 75 years is termed as heritage. So there are various communities of this district have their handicrafts of their own, and among them some can be like some among those are made either with cane or bamboo. So these are also our heritage because we have inherited that very tradition from our ancestors, and it has been passing on from generation to generation. Then if we then again handloom and textiles, these are also the heritage. These are also the heritage of our district. Then traditional jewelries are also heritage. We have to preserve it. Then the next come the colonial period. Colonial period is also marked by monuments monuments of great architectural merits. For example, if we see the Asalu Fort, the remains of the Asalu Fort, which is made in a Gothic style, is a very pleasant thing to watch, even at present, although it is now in a dilapidated condition. So Asalu was a capital, a headquarter of the then Dima Hasao. Asalu, it was after the death of Tularam Senapati in 1850. The hill tract of the Dimasa kingdom was totally annexed by the British into the British colonialism, and they made Asalu their capital before shifting to Gunjung. So the remnants of that very period is Asalu Fort. Then we have got railway, then bridges, then tunnels, and even bungalows. If we look around half long, then there are still British colonial building that can still be seen, although some of them has been like destroyed for renovation or for modernization, and some are in a dilapidated condition. So these are the heritage of our district, and I have only given a glimpse of this. But just to stretch more, I would like to say why tangible heritage is important in our district. So the ethnic communities, we don't have a habit of writing down our history. We don't have script. So in the process, we transfer our itihasa oral. Then in the process, many of the past events went unrecorded, and with the passage of time, it get lost. So heritage are very important because it can guide us to write history. So these are very much on heritage side or archaeological side to explore the past. So if the heritage site or archaeological site in the district are given priority, and if these are developed, then it can create job opportunity, and even it can help in influx of tourists. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.